This video is part of a video guidance series of how to learn rigging, animation and export optimization with Blender. This is my story, what I did to get all the necessary information, and I want to share this with you. This video series is not exactly a tutorial. It can be seen as a guidance for learning and an explanation. But today I want to talk about the differences of Metarig, Control Rig and the Game Rig. In the last episode I presented you Rigify and talked about rigging itself. This was a big task for me, but CGDive offered all the necessary videos and information. With the Rigify add-on enabled, you are able to create so-called building blocks and create a second rig, the Control Rig. So you have to work with two rigs automatically. Everything will work well with the Control Rig, but you have to care. Both rigs are not qualified for exporting an FBX. Don't understand me wrong, it is possible to export the Control Rig, but it is not optimized and will influence your file size as well. Game engines and augmented reality can only use parts of the exported Control Rig, and you waste unnecessary file space. So it is advisable to create a third rig which is game ready. Maybe you ask yourself now why you should create 3 rigs for one character, and what is every rig responsible for? I will give you a summarization for all 3 rigs and explain the purpose. CGDive talked about game ready rigs in his videos. He describes the purpose as well and show you how to transform a Rigify rig to a game ready rig. If you're interested how to do this, check out those videos here. They will exactly show you what you have to do. Let's start with the triform rig explanation. The Metarig is built up with ordinary Blender bones and is combined with the Rigify add-on. This rig is only for defining the shape and functionality so that you can generate the Control Rig in the next step. Creating a Metarig is like a construction kit where you are able to adjust what you want to get in the end. You have to adjust and prepare everything here. It is like a wish list for animation. You will not animate this rig, and you will not parent the 3D geometry to this rig nor exporting. This rig will remain in Blender and is the blueprint for the next step. The Control Rig will be generated automatically from Metarig when you hit the Generate button. This rig is for setting keyframes and create your animated actions. If you only want to create an animation and render this animation, then it is advisable to parent the 3D geometry to this rig, because you will not need a third rig for this purpose. But if you want to export the rig and the animation to a game engine or something similar, then it is better to add a game ready rig. More to this in a moment. This generated Control Rig can be replaced anytime when you press Generate again. All actions and keyframes will be preserved. Hidden layers and specific rig settings will be resetted. I added a weapon or object slot in my last video to the ordinary human rig. My solution only worked by adding a copy transform constraint to the Control Rig itself and not to the Metarig. This adjustment will be removed too when you hit Generate and Override. But don't worry, when you add the copy transform constraint after regenerating the Control Rig, then all keyframes for the influence value will be reserved too. The Control Rig is as well the rig for the action management. Game rigs will be only for export. The best way to learn how to create a game ready rig are CGDive's videos. All you have to do is to copy the Control Rig and remove everything which can't be exported properly. The rig should get simplified so that external software can import it perfectly. Basically, you remove everything which allows you to control the rig and just keep the bones. I guess it would be very hard to animate this rig, which don't have any controls. But you have to parent the 3D geometry to this rig so that you export the geometry and the rig together. The game ready rig will adapt the movements of the Control Rig. All you have to do is to bake the actions and keyframes from the Control Rig to the Game Rig before you export it. The Control Rig and the Metarig will be not exported at all, only the Game Rig. Very important is that you don't create the Game Ready rig immediately. Only when everything works well for the Control Rig and you're sure there will be no further additions to the rig, then you should create the Game Rig. And that's it. It may sound weird to create 3 different rigs for one character, but technically it is the best solution to optimize it for export. Again, check out CGDive's videos how to create a game-ready rig. Thank you very much for watching. It would be very nice to give this video a like and or subscribe to our YouTube channel for more game dev videos. Cheers!